Hi all. So today I'll just tell you about OPA authorizations, how we can do OPA authorization. Okay. So those things I will tell you today. Okay. Let's start, and maybe I just tell you in one notepad. Okay, like how it works, so that you can understand. Okay. Let me share my already I've shared my screen. Let me open one notepad here. Okay. Fine. So what is OPA here? Let me explain that one first. OPA is a decision engine. Okay. So what it will do, it will answer like whether you have access to some resource or not. Okay. So in our application based on data, it will give you allow or not allow. For example, if you logged in the user, if though you have the role as a admin here, right, then it will allow kind of things. Else if user your role is like let's say user, right, and action is read, then it will check this one based on logged in user, then it will allow or not allow, something like that we need to check. It's kind of maintain like it maintain is kind of no, it is like it will maintain a set of rules in one place. I mean all kind of rules, okay, all rules in one place. Okay. Okay, this is kind of you can say like it's policy we are applying. So the backend will just only it will ask only just ask questions to this OPA. Okay, it will just check the rules and it will check whether allow or not allow. Okay, so in that way it actually work. And behind the screen, it is written by, okay, written in Rego language. Okay, written in Rego language, which what it will do, Rego language, it will define who can do what, right? Means if user logged in, what the logged in user, what action he can perform, under what condition. Okay, under what condition he can do. There are lots of condition, like whenever we mention like whether user, the role is user and action is read, and what he can do under what condition he can do it, right? And similarly, for example, it will pass some JSON value and it will check whether user is, for example, let's say user is, let's say we pass some, means we'll get some kind of JSON, okay, user, and then you can see it will receive like what is the role, right? So I'm just giving you one sample how it works, okay, kind of thing. Let's say user is received, then and will receive kind of thing, let's say action in request, right? This kind of request which will pass to OPA. Let's say I have write permission. This kind of sample request which will make to OPA. Okay, it will check based on that. What it will do? It will decide whether it is allow or not allow. Means it will return like what will be this input. So in response we'll receive as a either true, like allow, or false. Okay, kind of thing will receive true or false. False means it will deny. So how it works actually, means user logged in, right? User logged in, then it will go to backend. Okay, then it will go to OPA. Okay, then it will go to policy, right? Then it will make decision like above mentioned a decision will make, then it will return the response. In that way it will work. Okay, so here user sends a request, right? And it will just send a request. The backend collects that this request, then it validate. Right? Then we need to check, like OPA check the policy whether giving request a role and action is allowed or not. Based on that, it returns to the API, like backend service, whatever we are calling it. It will, based on that it will return. So in that way, it usually works. Okay. So we'll just do one sample code. Okay, how it is working. So I'll just keep one small application here. Okay. Let me create one folder, mkdir. Okay, mkdir. Here I'll just create one folder. Let's say OPA demo. Okay, OPA demo will create. Okay, here OPA demo. So now we created. Let's go to OPA demo folder. Now I need to just npm just init. I'll install all corresponding files here. Okay, and after that I also need Axios here, and now it is installed, right? Now I'll just install Axios. npm install express Axios. Okay, let's install it. It's installing that express. I mean, this download two libraries. One is express, like express is like express, you see, right? Express, this one. So this is right. This is right. Uh, so here you saw, right? I just installing two framework. One is express, right? And another one is Express. What is Express? It is provides us like one backend framework. Okay, Express. Okay, for Node.js. And second one is like which will like what is the use? What is the use? What is its use? Its uses is like create API. Okay, then handle this one. So it will create the API and also it will handle GET, POST, request, right? And also it will build a web server. So just to show you one demo, I have just installed this one, okay? I just installed Expresso. And second is what is Axios? So Axios is kind of it will why we are using here because why we are using Axios just to call our internal API like just above API, okay? So it will call like call services like OPA, okay? And it will send a get or post request, okay? So in Access will just make request to like services like OPA we can call here if you use Access, okay? Like how can say um, like for example I'm just telling you how it will call like you can let's say get on Axios, okay? And just import the ASP1 then Axios, right? Then you can use Axios dot get, okay? And our URL will be here, okay? Whatever URL will be here, then you just use then once it's called we'll get the response. Just I'm telling you just quickly just to your got idea. So the response you can log let's say whatever you are getting you can use, right? You can just console dot log we are getting let's say response, right? Response data kind of thing. It will work in this way. So in this project, so this Express and Access already have installed. So Express will be act like a backend API, okay? And our Access will call to OPA server, okay? So that's why I just installed two more API here, okay? Now um, now we need to create one like I told you also Rego is the language which we are using, right? So define like to define the policy file, right? So I'll just create one more file with like policy.rego, okay? So let me go to the solution now, okay? File, this is my application. Let me open that folder, okay? Okay, open folder. Now if you'll see this is my folder, okay? So I just need to add here one file, let's say which I need to write a policy, right? Policy dot rego, okay? Create. So it will create one policy dot rego file, okay? And inside that we need to mention inside that, and you may ask why it is here policy rego in the base folder. So here we have to use when we run OPA server we need to use here, so we can it will first we need to use package auth auth.j, right? Package auth.j. I'm just writing inside the policy how we can out, and after that I will mention default value allow as false, okay? And then so here if we can also I need to make define like allow, all right? Allow not allow those things we can define here, okay? So so let me write let me I have that code ready. So let me allow or like if user logged in user is input user role as user or read or admin based on that we'll see allow or not allow. If user logged in and the action is read then it will allow, otherwise it will not allow kind of thing this. So user only read and admin is only full access. That's what we are going to do here, okay? Now let me run to OPA, okay? OPA run it will as we already installed Expresso and all, right? So let me run it. Okay, sorry. So here I'm getting one error. Let me fix. So I've just installed this one. I'm just installing this OPA here because it was not in my machine. So I was just getting that error. So I just installing this OPA now. Okay, just wait for one few minutes to install these things. It is already installed here. Okay, my you can see my OPA is at a C OPA folder now. So I need to also do path setup we need to do. Okay, now I need to set up the path here. Okay, just go to Windows and select environment. Like environment variable you can get edit here. You just click on open, okay? Now you got it. So here you need to select let's say one new path. You can see path is this one, so you can um, edit this one, okay? So here you need to click on new here, okay? So here you just to give maybe OPA, right? You can add here, sorry, maybe it moved. So my folder is at C colon OPA, this one, okay? Just add here, then click OK. Now OPA path is set, then OK. Now all setup done, okay? To see I'm getting still error, I need to maybe restart maybe this code. Just let me restart maybe this code. So now I have just added running, okay? Now my application is running. It's showing one command they are running here. These things I don't think it is required here. Okay, so now I'm getting this one, maybe. So if you see now I'm running the OPA, there is some mistake here. So here we just if and all proper condition we added. Okay. Now it is started running our application in the port 8181. Okay. So we can check it like how it is coming and all. I'm just running this one in here. Okay. My OPA is now it is running fine. Okay. Now let do some sample thing to just validate it. Okay. Okay, so if I'm passing this one, right, it is returning to me like admin, I'm returning to me like a true and false kind of, let's see, because it's coming blank and all. So currently my this one is running. So I just need to add a couple of file for my kind of backend. Okay, so I just create one backend API, let's say server.js. One more file here. Okay, server.js. Okay, and now we need to add a condition like start two things. One is for express, right? So which is require our express here, then Axios, to write Axios. So now our app will be here as express. So then we need to use express.json. Okay. Now we need to create OPA. Sorry. Now we need to create OPA use express.json. Sorry. I mean we need to use OPA authorization middle layer. Okay, right? Authorization middleware. So then we need to write our like async function authorization function. Let's say authorize, right? So just to write all this, I have just written all these things just to work validate, like it will act as a backend here. Okay. Now we need to run the Pandu test. Let me open one more terminal here. Okay. So here I need to run our already OPA we are running. We need to run now our server, right? Yes. So this will be now our server. Okay. Now we need to test it. Okay. We need to just open the bash. Now we need to open the bash command prompt and we'll just test there. Okay. So now we'll run here. Okay. This command here. Okay. So I just let me write curl hyphen role. So I'll just check for admin and my server is localhost 3000, right? And that will be data. So you see here, you got message read success means we have it is allowing us, right? So it is allowed us to read, correct? So now if you can see, right, I can got the success here. So what happens here? So we just pass this request to just pass this request to here. So we just pass the request here to OPA, then OPA request the person Node.js Express, we just pass to Express. Let me say Notepad. So what is happening here, right? So when we're passing call request, right? So it is going to the request to Node.js, right? Like it is here Express, okay, which we run it as a like 3000 server here. Then it is going to OPA, right? Then it is going to policy checking policy.rego file, okay? Then it is checking deciding whether it is allowing or not allow, right? So then we are getting response here, okay? So like in a batch command, we saw it is read success kind of thing. So similarly, we can validate all other tests. Okay, since admin has the read access, that is what it is showing us, right? So we can check for user role. Okay, now I just check for we'll just check for user role. Okay, so here you will see role user still we have the read access. Okay, now we'll check for write permission for user. Let's see. So now we'll check. This is you will see I'm just giving the post permission here, right? So if you see access denied by the OPA, so it is working as expected. Whenever any request is going to Node.js, then OPA, then policy record decision is making and giving us the response. So in that way, OPA will work. Okay. So if any question or anything, I'll in the next session maybe I'll do one end-to-end like one API and which will get you just log into the application. All these things I'll do. This is just starting session on the OPA authorization. So yeah, you can check on these things. Okay. Thank you all for your time. Yeah.